So I want to talk a little bit more about your most recent endeavor. You're literally turning rent checks into Bitcoin. We chatted about it earlier a little bit previously. Now that kind of might be the most like 2025 version of passive income I've heard just yet. And for someone who's not running a $1 billion real estate fund, how could the average person maybe start doing a smaller version of that? Do you see that as being possible even?
Yeah, no, I don't see it as impossible. You would buy a smaller version of what we're buying. It wouldn't be a $300 million deal. It would be maybe a $30 million or a $3 million deal. It's the same math. Okay. And let's say it was a $3 million deal. It was an apartment complex in Indianapolis, and it's $150,000 a door, bought you 20 units. You would put 20% down, maybe 25% down that purchase. And on top of the 3 million, you would just add a little bit of Bitcoin to the purchase. So rather than the $3 million paying 6%, it would pay out 4 or 3 because you stack some Bitcoin on top of it. So rather than basically what I'm doing with the real estate is I'm taking a fiat creating machine and I'm converting the real estate as a fiat machine. It collects fiat, and I take that fiat and I convert it to Bitcoin. And so I end up with a fiat machine, which is all human beings do, by the way. Whoever's ever bought Bitcoin or any altcoin, you converted fiat to something hopefully better. I've been collecting fiat since I was 8 years old. I collect the fiat and I want to convert it to something better, a savings account, an investment. I think converting the fiat to either real estate or Bitcoin, these are both very, very difficult to rebuild. One has an actual use, a proven use to live in it. I can't live in Bitcoin. I have to live someplace. Even if you had all the Bitcoin you wanted, you would still need to convert some of it to live in a place. And and so I think I get the best of both worlds. And somebody can do that with $3 million. Look, there's going to be a world you live in the future where when you get a mortgage on a home, which I don't advise, but if you do it, because you'll probably want to do it, you will do it rather than paying principal mortgage insurance on a portion of that loan to protect the mortgage. They're going to require you to hold, a half a Bitcoin or a quarter of a Bitcoin or a tenth of a Bitcoin in order to ensure that mortgage is paid off in the future.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And Grant, when you initially told me back when I saw you in Vegas about your recent endeavor of fusing Bitcoin and real estate, I was initially a little surprised because I've seen in the past you've always kind of preached cash flow over everything, but Bitcoin doesn't really cash flow. It just sits there and kind of accrues value over time. So, are there other ways you think other than what you're doing right now that are there other things investors should be doing to make money every month? While also, having this upside that Bitcoin provides? Because it seems is that kind of what sold you in this idea? Like normally it seems like Bitcoin wouldn't be necessarily something you'd be interested in, but because you fused it with a cash flow producing asset, is that how it makes sense to you?
Yeah, if you need passive income, if you need income to live, this investment is not the right one for you. But for some people are like, I have enough cash flow. Cash flow is not my problem. I have cash. I make investments. I want to get rid of money. Okay. Like I'm trying to get rid of money. Some people actually have the problem of too much money. There's dying. 80% of all women's savings is in cash accounts. It's ridiculous. It's a complete waste of money. You have hundreds of trillions of dollars sitting in cash accounts, money accounts. You have $38 trillion sitting in a bunch of IRA and 401k accounts. Most people don't even know where the money's at. Some of that's sitting in money markets that's earning 2 or 3%. You're losing money on those accounts. So for me, I have more cash flow than I need today. The first target in creating wealth is, one, I want to earn income. Second thing is I want to take the income and I want to go convert it to something better. I don't want money. I don't have any money in my pockets today. If I have money, I spend it. So I don't really want money. So I get money and I go, boom, I go invest the money in the beginning to create wealth. You want money to convert to assets, not convert to a living standard. I don't want my earned income to buy a new shirt. I want my earned income to become an asset and take the old t-shirt I was in yesterday and go earn more money. But what happens is most people earn money and improve their quality of life. You shouldn't do that first. You should earn money, improve the quality of your assets, and the assets would start dripping you cash flow that would improve the quality of your life. The quality of my life is improved. I don't need more passive income. That's how I improve the quality of my life, through passive income. If I want to watch, new shoes, take care of my kids, buy a new house, buy a plane, I have to do it out of passive income. But at some point, bro, you get the plane, you get the house, you get the shoes, you get all the shit you want. Then you end up with more cash flow and you're like, what am I going to do with that? And I'm converting that to Bitcoin. Look, if I'd have been doing that for the last 8 years rather than converting cash to cash, I would be worth about $38 billion today rather than the palsy 1 or 2 bricks that I have.
Palsy, yeah, I love that. I would take that. That sounds pretty good, though. And, something else I wanted to chat about with you, Grant, because it's kind of been the talk of the town for the last couple of years now, is AI, right? And you've built your career on sales and leadership and people, but now it's seemingly AI is showing up to every business meeting like it's the new intern. So my question for you is, where do you think humans still have the advantage, and where should business owners actually lean into all this AI tech we're seeing developed every day?
Well, I think the AI thing is overblown personally. And, Facebook started this when they had some issues, some press issues about 5 years ago. They changed their name to Meta. We're a long way from the metaverse.
Right.
Okay. I can still ask my phone questions. It cannot come up with the answers. I can ask AI to tell me what the rents are in Texas. It can't come up with the answers. Like, we're a long way from this AI metaverse. I asked for weather. I still can't get a report on weather. Look, replacing me, the individual human being with creativity, replacing whatever my mind is able to conceive and dream of and then go out and create. AI didn't create this real estate Bitcoin hybrid fund that I created. I did. AI did not suggest that I combine real estate and Bitcoin. I came up with that idea from watching and looking for opportunities. So the AI, if you never ask AI a question, it ain't going to do shit. So who's asking the AI the question? So will it one day? Will AI ask its own questions one day? And maybe, but until it figures out how to do that, dude, I'm driving this machinery. If I can dream about it, I can do it. If I can see it, if I can look for it, I'll see it. And I would just tell people, man, don't worry about AI. Worry about becoming the best version of yourself. And there's going to be, I think we end up with a big AI bust like we had an internet bust back in 2000.